Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India. Mahabharata 464. As you may remember, the rishis came from heaven to tell Drona he wasn't acting right. He should lay down his weapons and die. Your sending the Brahmastra is not a good thing. It's a wrong thing you have done. Lay down your arms. Listening to their words and remembering the words of Bhima, Drona became suddenly dispirited. In front of him, he saw Drishtadyumna, the man who had been born for the sole purpose of killing him. Drona turned his eyes on Yudhishthira and said, "My child, I want you to tell me if it is true that my son is dead." He was sure that Yudhishthira would never speak an untruth, even if he were to get the entire world because of that. Ever since he was a child, Yudhishthira had not spoken a single falsehood. On that certainty, his guru asked him if it was true that Ashwatthama was dead. Krishna had already anticipated this emergency. He had told Yudhishthira, "If this Drona fights for half a day more, I can assure you there will be nothing left of your army. It is your duty to speak this lie for the sake of saving your army. I know that it is a sin to tell a lie, but under these circumstances, you're allowed to tell a lie. This lie spoken by you for saving the lives of so many will not be a lie. The sin will not cling to you. I will assure you of that." Yudhishthira had agreed to speak the lie. Bhima said, "I went and killed the elephant of the king of Malava. The elephant is called Ashwatthama. I went near the presence of the Guru and shouted that Ashwatthama is dead. But he did not pay much heed to my words. You must listen to the words of Krishna. You must tell our Guru that his son is dead. He will certainly believe you. He has so much respect for you." Yudhishthira agreed to speak the untruth because there was only one way to save the army. When the great Drona asked him, "My child, I want you to tell me, is it true that my son is dead?" Yudhishthira said, "Ashwatthama is dead." Softly he added, "The elephant called Ashwatthama." It is said that the chariot of Yudhishthira was always 4 inches above the ground because of his dharma. But now, as soon as he spoke these words, his chariot descended to the earth and touched the ground. Yudhishthira was today like any other mortal on the earth. He walked like other men. Hearing the words of Yudhishthira, the great Drona lost all interest in fighting. He fell down in a faint. When he roused himself up and resumed the fight, his heart was not in it. Drishtadyumna approached him. All the time he had been stationed in front of Drona's chariot. He shot a sharp arrow at Drona. It was not counteracted with as much power as before. Drona saw that his hand, which had been raining arrows in an unending stream till then, had suddenly become fatigued. He could not summon his astras either. They would not do his bidding as readily as they used to. Drona was very angry. He took up another bow, a strong bow, the gift of his guru, Angirasa, and began to cover his opponent Drishtadyumna with arrows. He almost regained his lost power of fighting. He fought a fierce duel with Drishtadyumna. Drishtadyumna's bow was cut, his horses were killed, and he was without a chariot. With a sword in his hand, Drishtadyumna rushed at the chariot of Drona. He had every intention of killing him. Drona broke his sword with his arrows and also his shield. Drishtadyumna was absolutely helpless and without any defense. Drona shot arrows at the defenseless man. These arrows were very short. They were called Vetasmikas. They were meant for an opponent who was very close. There was no way of fighting these arrows. There were only a few people who knew about the Vetasmikas. They were Krupa, Arjuna, Drona, Radeya, Krishna, Pradyumna, Satyaki, and Abhimanyu. Drona had every intention of killing Drishtadyumna with these arrows when he was absolutely at his mercy. Sadhguruna Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.